Sufjan, huh?
Yes.
I'm really glad that the light is still on in his heart, because Sufjan, my friend, you are a catch one day. And your struggle with love reminds me of a pretty serious rough patch I had a few years ago. And Sufjan's involvement with the moth reminds me that I'd prepared a story about that rough patch and never got a chance to tell it, because the moth is pretty brutal. You don't get called. You work, and then you don't get called. So here we go. My untold story goes a little something like this. The theme was love hurts. Love hurts. Ain't that a statement of the obvious? Anybody who's even begun their walk around the block knows that to be true. And those of us who have been around the block, or a lot of blocks, we know the truth. Folks, I have ventured deeply into some pretty bad emotional neighborhoods. I'd say I'm an expert on love's hurt. And I have a lot of company. Millions of fellow experts. At the core, our stories are all the same, but the devil's in the details. My details are more like a grocery list of suffering than a proper story. Of course, love hurts emotionally. When you love someone, you put a lot of eggs in a basket that your lover can stomp at any moment. Love hurts financially, especially if you're a codger like me with a house and some savings. I'll tell you, that shit can vanish faster than a cold beer on a hot day. Love hurts when you're calling the cops, when your lover's in the psych ward, when lawyers empty your accounts to pay for these nightmares. Love hurts in the emergency room when you're getting stitched up after one of your lover's attacks. I've been working on stagecraft. It's not going so well right now. Love hurts when your world shrinks, when invitations to friends' parties lessen and then stop altogether, when your best friends call you to break up, since they can't be around the volatility of a relationship of which you're half. And these are just some of my details. They sprang from my old lover's struggle with mental illness and her fondness for opioids and booze. And those details are a whole nother story for another time. I should really touch on the golden years. Those years when you build up so much to lose. And with my old lover, our golden years were many, more than 25. Without children, valuing adventures over careers, sharing extraordinary travels, fancying ourselves artists. Those years were golden indeed. And then they weren't. And I needed saving. And what saved me? But love. Once I'd made a change, my friends who had distanced themselves came roaring supportively back into my life. My siblings who had buttoned their lips so as not to comment improperly on their brother's marriage threw open their arms. One dear old friend in particular took me into his home. I asked if I could stay a week. I stayed 4 years. 4 years filled with tears and laughs and music and frivolity and almost everything. His name is Aaron. He's sitting right there.
My guy.
He saved me, buddy. And after my years with Aaron, I was ready to reclaim romantic love. And then the stars aligned, and I found her. But really, she found me. But it doesn't matter. We're perfect for each other. We're music lovers. We're animal lovers. scars were artists in spirit. Her love saved me. Her name is Julie. She's sitting right there. And so now my friends have returned, and Julie is restoring my heart, and all is good. Sort of. But it's true that some scars never fully fade. I can't blame my old lover for all the hurt she brought into our lives. She didn't choose her illness. She didn't choose her addictions. Likely, I will never be able to tell her that I will always love her, and that I hope she is healed and is happy like I am now. Now, I'll never get a chance to tell her how much our love hurt, but now I've told my story to you, and I'll tell you folks, that is some good medicine. There's a lot of people here that know that story, but I never really got a chance to tell. So now, oh my God, who's up next? Oh yes. Now, the delightful Jana Knittel, who recently has begun going by the term Yarrow. I get that right? Between you and Zumekov, and well, that's some names I can handle here. Jana has Yarrow, starts with a J, sort of, has just killed it here at open mics. I adore Jana's work. And so we need just a minute to prepare the stage for Jana's gig, and then Jana's gonna tear it up.
Yeah.